practicing with me in this second class. I hope you enjoyed the first one. Obviously I'm learning as I go along about where I place myself and how the camera's working and everything. So I hope you're finding it good. And so today we're continuing with the theme of the primary pranas. Today is Apana Vayu, and Apana Vayu is the energy channel for all the movement of down and out. So it's responsible for respiration, elimination, all of the systems that are just helping the body to have like a safety valve, if you like, that if the pressure gets too much, if there's too much negative energy in the body, Apana Vayu allows a release of this negative energy. And a really good way to achieve this through the physical postures, the asanas, is through twists and a lot of grounding postures. So, as you can guess, the focus for the class today is a lot of twisting, and twists help to squeeze the internal organs together to aid the release of toxins. So again, it's that principle of elimination. So I'm sure at the moment we're all feeling a bit overloaded with the with stress hormones and anxiety. So let's see if we can aim to rebalance the body today a little bit. So we'll get started with a simple breathing exercise, but using some movement in that. So I'm just going to turn lengthways on my mat, and we're going to take the hands to the hips, front foot pointing forwards, and take quite a big step back, keeping the hips square because we're going to come into Warrior One using the breath. So just keeping the hands on the hips for a moment, just squaring the hips, back heel is flat, outer edge of the left foot on the floor, and then we start to bend the front leg slightly, trying not to just release forward but keeping the chest and the ribs back, keeping the spine nice and long. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Once more, breathing in. On the exhale, we exhale the arms up. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, release the arms back down. And continuing. Inhale. On the exhale, bring the arms up. Inhale, open. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale. Exhale the arms up. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale the arms down. Inhale. Exhale the arms up. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Last time. Inhale. Exhale the arms up. Inhale, open. Exhale, release. Good, and step to the top of the mat. And we'll try that just on the other side. So we'll step the right foot back, keeping the hips square, so using the hands to feel where the hips are. Bend into that left leg for first warrior legs, keeping the back nice and long. We inhale, exhale the arms up, inhale, open the chest, exhale, release, inhale, exhale up, inhale, open, exhale, release, inhaling, exhale, arms up, inhale, open, exhale, release, inhale, exhale the arms up, inhale, open, exhale, release. Last time, inhaling, exhale, arms up, inhale, open, exhale, release. Good, and step to the top of the mat. Okay, so bring the feet together. We're going to warm up doing some core work now. So make sure the feet are together and we bend the legs. Come into chair pose. Sit the bottom back, weight in the heels. Try to take the curve down to the lumbar spine, so lengthen that lower spine, pull the ribs in. Bring the hands to the heart centre. Sit back even further. And then we're going to twist to the right. So exhale, bring that left tricep across, hands to the heart centre. Open the right shoulder. Lengthen the spine. Try to use your core to move into the twist a little bit deeper. And come back to centre. Extend the arms forward. Sit the bottom even lower, weight back in the heels. We're going to come all the way down, so keep releasing and come down. Good. So now the fun part. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left. Take the hands under the knees. Lift the legs halfway. Maybe extend the legs. And then extend the arms, keep the chest lifted. We're going to move dynamically through boat pose and half boat pose. So exhale down, inhale up. You can keep the legs bent as you come up. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, down and up. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, twice more. Last time. And hold, maybe straighten the legs, lift the chest. Good, and exhale, release the feet down. And then see if you can just lift the hips, bring the hands down and step or jump back to plank. And bring the knees, chest and chin down to the floor. And then releasing to a gentle cobra pose. Open the chest. And then lift up and back. Downward facing dog. So as this is the first one, you can pedal the feet, sway the hips from side to side. Work on lengthening the spine. Take deep breaths. Conserve, restore the energy before we move on to the next side. And then look forward and try and keep the legs straight. Lift the heels, start to tiptoe the feet forward, keep pushing the hands into the floor. And then release the feet down, feet together. And bend the legs straight away into chair pose. Bring the hands to the heart centre this time. Catch your breath. And then we're going to twist over to the left side so that right tricep comes across. Move the left shoulder back away from the ear. Open the chest, lengthen the spine. Engage your core muscles to move you a little bit deeper into the twist. And release back to centre, extend the arms forward. And then we're going to sit all the way down. Good. Okay, so sitting with the chest nice and tall. This time, left foot over the right. Take the hands under the knees. Inhale. Raise the legs up. Maybe extend the legs. Maybe extend the arms. And then we start to move. So exhale, release down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Twice more. Exhale down. Inhale up. Last time. And up and hold. Maybe straighten the legs. Lift the chest. Good. And then release. Okay. And then lift the hips. Uncross the legs. And just come into a forward fold. You can maybe clasp the opposite elbow, sway the body from side to side. Try to lengthen the spine. Good, and then slowly uncurl one vertebra at a time. Good. Okay, so just arranging my hair, and we'll get moving into the flow, into sun salutations. And obviously, as I said last week, as we're all at home doing this, I'm not there in the room with you to keep an eye on what you're doing. So I've got to trust you to adapt the sequences as you need to, listening to how your body is feeling today. So please, enjoy yourself, challenge yourself, but just be mindful of your body and how it's feeling today. And if you do have a yoga block, we'll be using this towards the end. You might even need it throughout the class, so just have the block handy. Okay, so again, coming to the top of your mat. And inhale the arms up, look up at the hands, Urdhva Hastasana, reaching up. And then exhale, start to extend forward, reaching forward and release into that forward bend. Lengthen the spine. Release up halfway, fingertips on the shins, on the floor, lengthen the spine. And then from here we're going to cross the right ankle over the left. Line the toes up. And you can bend the right leg as much as you need to. Keep the left leg straight if you can. And then we fold forward, trying to lengthen the spine. Feel the outer left hip opening and releasing.
Good, inhale halfway, look up, uncross the right ankle and prepare for the other side. We cross the left ankle over the right, line the toes up. So this time the right leg stays straight, left leg bent. Inhale and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, release that left ankle, feet together, bend the legs slightly, hands to the hips, and come up. Okay, just a little balance here to open the hips. We pick the right knee up, bend the left leg, place the right foot on top of the left knee, and then just sit back in this variation of chair pose, keeping the hands on the hips, just starting to feel that right hip opening. So try to bring the right knee out wide, sit the weight back in that left heel, and release. Change sides, pick the left knee up, bend the right leg, place the left foot across the right knee, start to bend deeper into that right leg, keeping the chest lifted, and the left knee opening out to the side to get that left hip opening. Good, and release. Good, okay. Standing with the feet together into Garudasana, hands by the side, shoulders back, spine nice and long, and inhale the arms up, look up at the hands, Urdhva Hastasana, exhale, hinge forward from the hips, release into forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, half forward bend, fingers on shin or the floor. Exhale, release down, and we're going to step back to plank and hold. Shoulders over the wrists, try to look forward, lengthen the spine, and then bend the left arm, come onto the forearm, bend the right arm, come down onto the forearms. Walk the feet back slightly so we're in forearm plank. Engaging the core again, shoulders over the elbows now. And then we're going to start to turn to the right, come onto the outer edge of the left foot, and just brace yourself with your right fingertips for a moment. Lift the hips as high as you can, find the balance, and then maybe you raise that right arm up. Forearm side plank, lifting the hips high. Good, and release. Forearm plank. And then drop the knees, release to the floor. So we're in Sphinx pose. So try to lengthen the spine and open the chest. Push the forearms down. And release. Bring the hands by the chest. Lift up into Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. Again, lengthening the spine, opening the chest. And then tuck the toes under, lift up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And breathe. Lengthening the spine, lifting the hips high. Try to pull the front of the ribs in. Weight back in the legs. Good. And then we raise the right leg. We step the right foot forward into a low lunge. Lengthen the spine, staying on the fingertips. Left hand flat, turn and twist to the right, opening the chest. Lean back. And then just look down, make sure that left shoulder is over the left wrist. We start to turn onto the outer edge of the left foot. And then step the right leg all the way back, stack the legs, full side plank, Vashisthasana, lift the hips high. Good, and release to plank. And knees, chest and chin, bring that chest forward and down. Cobra or upward facing dog, your choice. And then lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a few restorative breaths. Inhale, come forward to plank. Again, shoulders over the wrists. And bend the right arm, bring the forearm down. Then the left arm, come down to full forearm plank. Maybe the feet slide back a couple of inches, engaging the core muscles here. And this time we start to turn to the left, come onto the outer edge of the right foot, left fingertips down, find your balance, and then raise that left arm up, lift the hips high. Good, and release into forearm plank. Drop the knees and come down. Sphinx pose, lengthen the lower back, open the chest. And release. Hands by the chest, push up. Bhujangasana, cobra pose. And then push up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left leg up. Look forward, step the left foot forward into a low lunge. Stay on the fingertips, lengthen the spine. And right hand flat, we twist to the left. Open that left arm and shoulder. Lean back. Looking down, check the right shoulder is over the right wrist. And then we turn to the outer edge of the right foot. Step the left leg back. Vashisthasana, lifting the hips high. Good, and release. Plank pose. Knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. And lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Breathing deeply. Good. Okay, so we're going to come forward to the top of the mat, your choice to step or hop. If you're hopping, bring the feet together, bend the legs deeply, look forward and lift lightly to the hop front, lengthen the spine, release into that forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, floating the body up. Exhale, the hands to the heart centre. Continue with inhaling up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale onto the fingertips, half forward bend. Exhale, releasing down. Your choice to step or jump back. Chaturanga, cobra or upward facing. And lift the hips up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. And inhale forward to plank pose with the one leg lifted. And then bring the knee towards the nose, engaging the core. Release back to one-legged plank, push up and back, one-legged down dog. And again, come into that plank pose, pull the ribs in, this time right knee over to left tricep. Exhale, release up and back, one-legged down dog. And look forward, step the right foot forward, drop the back knee to the floor. Inhale and come up. Good. And then we're going to twist. So we're going to twist over to the right, that left tricep comes across, hands to the heart center. Breathing deeply, lengthening the spine. Trying to rotate from the spine, using the core to help you move a little bit deeper into the twist. And then release. Fingertips down. Lift the back knee. Make sure the legs are strong. We inhale up into a high lunge. And then release the hands to the hips for a moment. Bend the back leg. Lunge deeper into the right leg. And then bring the arms into this cactus arm shape. And using the core, we start to rotate the body to the right. Slowly, we come into that deep twist and start to straighten the left leg. And then we bring the left tricep across, hands to the heart center again. So all the time we're trying to lengthen the spine and open that right shoulder and chest. Try to move the right hip, your leading hip, into the midline. Good, and release. Hands down. Step back to plank, we move through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. And pushing back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Come forward into one-legged plank. And bring the knee towards the chest. Release the leg back, push up and back, one-legged down dog. Again, come forward into one-legged plank. Bring the left knee across to the right tricep, getting in that rotation. Release up and back, downward facing dog. Look forward, step the left foot forward. Drop the back knee down. Inhale up. Good. And then we start to twist to the left. Bring the right tricep across. Come into that twist with the hands at the heart center and Jali Mudra. Really work that right tricep across. Good, and release. And we lift the back knee. Make sure the weight is in the back leg. We inhale up to a high lunge. Extend the arms. Bring the hands to the hips. Bend the back leg. Release into the lunge on the left leg a little bit deeper. Try to keep the spine nice and long. Then we bring the arms to that cactus arm shape again. We start to rotate the body to the left using the core, and slow motion. Start to bring the body across, straighten the back leg. Right tricep comes all the way across into that full twisted lunge. Being mindful to bring that left hip back into the midline, opening the left side of the chest. Good, and release, hands down. Step back to plank, Vinyasa. Your choice, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing. And lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Good, and again, always your choice to step or jump forward. If you're jumping, bend the legs, look forward and lift lightly to the front of the mat. Exhale, release into forward bend. Inhale, floating up, extend the arms. Exhale, the hands to the heart center. Moving on. Inhale, reach up, look up at the hands. Exhale, hinging from the hips, releasing into that forward bend. Inhale, fingertips to the shins or the floor, half forward bend. Exhale, releasing fully. Your choice to step back to plank or jump straight to chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing. And push back. Downward facing dog. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Lengthening the spine. Lifting the hips high. Inhale the right leg up. Look forward, step the right foot forward. Release the back foot, heel to heel alignment. Inhale up, first warrior. Virabhadrasana 1. Good. Then we extend the arms forward, bring the shoulders back into the sockets. And we cross the left arm under the right. Wrap the forearms, join the hands. Lift the elbows up, Garudasana, eagle arms. Breathing deeply. We inhale, lift the chest for a breath. Exhale, start to lengthen the body forward. Coming into that humble warrior, release the body to the inside of that right leg. Forearms towards the floor. Keep that right hip pulling into the midline as much as you can. Good, and then lift up halfway, lift the back heel. We're going to come into warrior 3, so we're going to launch that back leg up. Find your balance. Maybe start to release the arms behind you, clasp the hands. Good, and release the fingertips down to the floor, standing L pose. You can always release the hands to a block if you need to. And staying here in this standing L, or you can walk the hands back, wrap the right forearm behind the right calf, come into that standing splits, folding the body over that right leg, lifting the left leg high, lengthening the spine, pulling that right hip into the midline. Good, and then everyone start to release the left leg and release the left leg down. And from here, let's just step back, maybe halfway on the mat. And we're going to cross the left leg over the right again. Keeping the left leg straight, right leg bent. Let's fold forward again. Lift up halfway. Okay, so we're going to split the knees but keep the ankles crossed. So I'll just turn to face you for a minute so you know what I mean. So we've got the ankles crossed, but we're going to bend the legs and split the knees. We're going to attempt to come into crow pose. Now obviously if that seems like it might be impossible for you with the crossed ankles, you can uncross the ankles, just come into ordinary Bakasana. But I'm going to lift my heels, uncross the knees, and then try to work the knees into the armpits or high up onto the triceps. Lean forward. See if you can lift the feet up. Straighten the arms. You can stay in crow pose or start to bend the arms. Release the head down. Preparing for tripod. Headstand. Bring the legs up, keeping the legs crossed. And option to come into a pike position. Bring the legs halfway down, engaging the core. Hold. Good, and release. Good, so you can just release down. Well done, everyone. Let's skip the vinyasa and just push back into downward facing dog. Obviously, you could have transitioned and tried to jump straight back into chaturanga. So if you want to try that, we can try on the next side. So take a few restorative breaths. Inhale the left leg up. Look forward, step the left foot forward. Drop the back heel, heel to heel alignment. Come up, first warrior. Virabhadrasana 1. Try to keep the hips square. Outer edge of the right foot firmly pushing into the floor. Extend the arms forward, bring the shoulders back. This time right forearm under the left. Wrap the forearms, palms together, bring the elbows up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And breathe. Inhale, lift and open the chest. Exhale, start to lengthen the body forward to the inner left thigh. Humble warrior with eagle arms. Try to rest the forehead on the arms. Lift the body halfway. Lift the back heel, preparing to launch into warrior 3. Maybe you take the arms behind the back, clasp the hands, open the shoulders, find your balance. Release the fingertips down. Standing L pose, flex the back foot. If you're in standing L, square the hips. If you want to, there's the option to walk the hands back, wrap the left forearm behind the left calf, fold the body over the left leg, raise that right leg as high as you can, lengthening the spine, forward and down. Good, and then slowly release that right leg down. Step back halfway on the mat. So we've got another chance to try that cross ankle crow pose. So this time cross the left ankle over the right. Hands to the hips, fold forward. Come into that forward bend first of all. Inhale halfway. Okay, so then we split the knees, keep the ankles crossed. As I say, if it's too much, uncross the ankles, just try normal crow pose. But we split the knees, we get the knees into the armpits, lean forward, find that centre of gravity, lift the feet, push the hands down, round the spine, straighten the arms. Maybe you come to that transition for tripod headstand. Lift the legs up. Option to come into that pike position, using the core. Good, and then keep releasing. Come down. Push back into downward facing dog. Good. Sway the hips from side to side. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Once more like that. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. And then we come to the front of the mat, either stepping or lightly hopping. Half forward bend, lengthen the spine. Exhaling, releasing. Good. We inhale. Extend the arms. Exhale, release the hands to the heart centre. Good. So, hopefully everyone's still okay. Maybe step back on the mat a few inches. And we're going to come into some standing balances. So, standing on the left leg, weight in the left leg, pick the right knee up, take the hands under the leg. Release the weight of the leg into the arms so the arms are straight. Let's just warm the hamstrings up a little bit. So we exhale, straighten, flex the foot. Inhale, bend and point. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend and point. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend and point. Last time, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend and point. So your choice now to keep the hands under the leg, or if you can reach for the toes and extend that right leg forward. Try to release the right hip back in alignment with the left. Right shoulder back. Keep breathing, find the balance. And then turn the right toes to the right. We're going to bring the leg out to the side. Keep the chest lifted. Inhale back to centre. Find your balance. So you can always bend the right leg. We're going to take the left hand to the outer edge of the right foot, or left hand to the outer right thigh. Extend that right arm back, and maybe we turn the head back to look at the hand. Release back to the front. Maybe cross the hands. And then release. Good. Okay, so another standing balance. We're coming into that funky chair pose again. So we're bringing the right knee up, right foot across to the top of the left knee, bend into the left leg, weight back in the heels. But this time, find your balance. Extend the arms forward, cross the left forearm under the right, cross the forearms, hands together, eagle arms, Garudasana arms. And then if you're balanced, weight back in the left heel, start to lean the body forward, bring the forearms forward, feel that outer right hip opening. Good. Inhale, stand up. Release. Keep the arms. Coming into full Garudasana. We cross the right leg over the left. Maybe get the double wrap with the feet. Bend into the legs. Keep the hands, the elbows up in line with the face. And then maybe you can bend lower into the legs. Start to lean the body forwards, chest to the thighs. And in a moment we're going to untangle the limbs and come into a revolved half moon. So untangle the limbs, right fingertips come down, extend the right leg back. Bring the left hand to the sacrum, the lower back. And then we turn the body to the left, raise that left arm, look up at the hand, make sure that right leg is strong, foot is flexed. That will help with the balance. Good. And release. Come into a forward bend. And again, clasp the opposite elbows, sway the body from side to side. Find your breath. Good, and then hands to the hips. We inhale and come up. Good, so we'll try that on the other side. Make sure that we're balanced. So this time standing on the right leg, we pick the left knee up, hold the hands under the thigh. Exhale, straighten and flex. Inhale, bend and point. Exhale, straighten, flex. Inhale, bend and point, keeping the chest lifted, lower belly pulled in, engaging your core, your Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Once more, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend and point. Your choice to keep holding onto the leg or fingers to the big toe. Extend that left leg. Chest lifted. Move that left hip down in line with the right hip. And then take the leg out into B position. Take the leg out to the left. Inhale back to centre. Find the balance. Notice if one side is feeling different to the other. Right hand to the outer left foot. You can bend the leg and hold the thigh instead. Reach that left arm back. Maybe you look back at that left hand. Lift the chest. Find the balance. Good. Back to centre. Maybe you cross the hands. Oh dear. And release. Okay, so clearly my balance wasn't quite so good on the left side there. So just being mindful of how your body is and noticing that one side is different to the other. And we're coming into that funky chair pose. Left foot crosses over the right. Hands to the heart centre first of all. Weight back in that right heel. Extend the arms forward. This time right forearm crosses onto the left. Wrap the forearms, hands together, Garudasana arms. Lean the weight back in that right hip even more. Open the left hip and start to bring the body forward. Start to lift up. Keep the arms. And find your Garudasana. Double wrap with the feet if possible. Bring the elbows up again in line with the face. And then maybe squeeze the thighs together. Start to bring your chest to your thighs. Extend the forearms forward. Good. Untangle the limbs. Left fingertips down, extend the left leg back. Right hand to the sacrum. Flex that left foot. And then we start to turn the body to the right. Raise that right arm. Really make sure that back leg is strong. Engage the core. Reach that right arm up. Parivrita, Ardha Chandrasana. Good, and then release that left foot to meet the right. Forward bend. Inhale, floating the body up. Exhale, the hands to the heart centre. Good. Okay, so we've got one more flowing sequence. Quite a challenging one with option for some arm balances. So let's see how we get on, and then we'll come to some seated twists, and maybe come up against the wall as well for a seated twist, and see if we can use the wall for a twist. So we'll just get through this last sequence. Standing into Garudasana, feet together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Release into that forward bend. Inhale onto the fingertips, half forward bend. Exhale, release down. Your choice to step or jump back. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing. And release, up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Good. So we raise the right leg up. We step the right foot forward. We drop the back knee to the floor. Okay, so we're going to come into a twist here with the option to fully bind the arms. So let's start off bringing the left tricep across as deeply as we can. Hands to the heart center, let's see how that feels. So we did this earlier in the class to warm up. Now, if you've got your left tricep across as deeply as you can, you might find you're able to come into that full bind with the arms. And then if you get that, you can lift the back knee into bound, twisted lunge and open. Try to feel as if you're lifting the chest away from the body. Good. Okay, look down. Even if you haven't got the bind, keep the twist. And we're going to start to step that left foot up to meet the right. Okay, and then there's option for bird of paradise, twisted bird of paradise. So we find the core muscles. We stand up. We find the balance. And maybe extend the leg. Release back down. Good. And release down. So hopefully everyone's okay. Now, something quite tricky here, so you might need the block. So I'll stay facing the camera so you can see more what I'm doing. So I'm going to place the block the tall way on the right side of me. And again, we're coming into the Garudasana legs. Double wrap the feet if you can. We're not using Garudasana arms now. We're just going to bring the hands to the heart center. Sit the weight back in that left heel. Then, if you need it for balance, keep the left hand at your heart center, right fingertips on the block. We're just coming into that twist. Try to get that left tricep across the right leg. Twisting. Good, okay, and then just move the block out of the way and uncross the double wrap of the feet to make it easier. So you release that left foot there and then work that left tricep even deeper. You can turn the left foot to the left to help with the twist, and then see if you can bring the hands down and maybe release into Ekapada Kundalini arm balance. Good. And then release. Good. So hopefully that went quite well. Okay, so come into the top of your mat again. Let's try that on the other side. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hinging forward. Release into forward bend. Inhale onto the fingertips, half forward bend. Exhale, release. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing. And lift up and back. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left leg up. Look forward, step the left foot forward. Low lunge, drop the back knee to the floor. So again, we're coming into that twist. We're aiming to get full bind with the arms, but it doesn't matter if we just keep the hands at the heart centre. So first of all, we get that right tricep across as deeply as we can, and we twist. Then try the full wrap. Left arm comes behind you, clasp the fingers, maybe the back knee lifts. Full bound, twisted lunge. We look down, try to step the right foot forward. Okay, so I might have to stop talking here. Find your core, see if you can stand up with that left leg. Find your balance. Extend the left leg, twisted bird of paradise, and then release, bring the foot down. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling quite warm now. I'm putting it down to the humidity levels. Okay, so get the block handy if you need it. And we're coming into that Garudasana twist variation. So this time, left leg crosses over the right, hands to the heart centre. And we bring that right tricep across. Try to lengthen and twist the spine. If you don't feel like you need the block, that's fine. But it's quite difficult to balance in a twist on one foot. Okay, and then release. Move the block. So I've already released my left foot to give me a bit more room. Turn the right toes to the right. Work that right tricep across so it's the armpit is by that left knee. And then we bring the hands down, make a shelf with the arms. We look forward, tip forward, find that arm balance. Ekapada Kundalini. Good. And release. Well done. Whew. Okay. Let's take a moment in child's pose. So bring the knees out wide, toes together, bottom back in the heels, and then just extend the arms forward. Release the forehead to the floor. And take the opportunity to breathe deeply into the back of the lungs, the back of the ribs. Restore your energy. Okay, well done. And slowly come back up. Okay, so I'm going to take my block closer to the wall. We're going to try a twist just with the help of the wall. So we're going to sit on the block. If you haven't got a block, obviously use the towel, the rolled up towel on that blanket like we did last week. Sit on the block and bend your right leg, straighten your left leg, but bring it out to the side slightly, so it's not straight in front of you, it's slightly out to the side, maybe like a 45-degree angle. You don't want to be too far away from the wall, because we're going to reach. In fact, I'll just come a little bit further away from the wall so we have some room to manoeuvre. So we're going to take the left hand around the right knee, take the right fingertips to the wall, lift the spine, and then start to twist, moving that right thigh over towards the left. Maybe you wrap the forearm around that right leg. Keep pushing that right hand into the wall. Keep twisting, using the core to twist. Maybe you bring that left tricep all the way across. Breathing, really feeling like you're using all of your abdominal muscles, particularly the side abdominal muscles, and the big muscle, the transverse abdominis, to help you rotate. Good. Inhale back to centre. Just de-rotate to the other side for a moment. And release. Good. So let's try the other side. So extend that right leg out to the side slightly. Bend the left knee. Sitting nice and straight. Make sure your hips feel grounded. And we first of all take the right hand to the left knee. We bring the left fingertips back behind us to the wall. We start to use the breath, use the core muscles to rotate to the left. We keep extending the spine. Maybe the forearm wraps around that left knee. Noticing if the wall is allowing you to move a little bit deeper into that twist, but keeping the spine straight. Maybe that right tricep comes all the way across to the outer left thigh. Using the breath. Sitting tall, contracting the lower abdominals. Good, okay, and release. Well done. Okay, so just coming off the block. So we're coming into half Lord of the Fishes pose, Ardha Matsyendrasana. And I'll just give you another opportunity to try that arm balance, the Ekapada Kundini Asana, and see if you feel more able to do it from this seated twisted position. So maybe if I face you, you can see what I'm doing more. So I won't mirror you though. So cross your left leg, bring the left foot by the right hip, and then you just bring that right leg across, right foot by the left knee. So remember, I'm not mirroring you. So just the instructions again, the left foot is by the right hip, the right foot is by the left knee. You bring both hands around that right knee, you sit up tall and really try to release that right hip into the floor, so that right hip shouldn't be lifted. So to help you release that hip, really gently pull the right knee across to the left, and that should help you release the hip. Okay, so then we take the left forearm around that right knee, we bring the right fingertips behind us, we start to rotate to the right. So same principles as the twist we just did by the wall. We keep lengthening the spine. We use the abdominal muscles, your core muscles, to help you into that twist. Maybe you bring that left tricep to the outer right thigh. Maybe you come into the full bind with the arms if that's accessible to you. The key thing here is to really try not to lean back too much, but sit up on the sits bones, lengthen the spine, feel that right shoulder and chest opening. With each inhalation, lengthen the spine. With each exhalation, deepen the twist a little bit more. Okay, so if you want to try the arm balance again, if you've got the bound arms, release the bind obviously. Now from here we work that left tricep across as deeply as we can, so the tricep is almost, the armpit, sorry, is by that right knee. Then we bring the hands down at the side, lift the hips, and lean forward and come into the arm balance. Good, and then release. Well done. Good. Okay, so we've got the chance to try on the other side. So this time, right foot comes along by the left hip, cross the left leg over, so the left foot is by the right knee. And then importantly again, we're releasing the left hip bone, sits bone as well, into the floor. We're sitting up tall. Hook the elbow around the left knee, lengthen and start to rotate to the left. Bring the left fingertips behind you. Maybe the tricep comes all the way across, so you know why we've been doing all this preparation, trying to work the tricep as deeply as across as we can. It helps you get deeper into the twist. It's also good preparation for the arm balances. Maybe you come into the full wrap with the arms. Sitting up tall, try not to lean back. Sit on the sits bones, release that left hip into the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release into the twist. Okay, so stay in the twist. If you want to try the arm balance, again we get that right armpit up to the left knee. We bring the hands down, lift the hips, tip forward, find the arm balance, extend the legs. Good, and release. Well done. Okay, so now if you've got the block handy, you might want to sit on the block again, that's your choice. If you need a bit more height with the hips, extend, I'll try and mirror you this time. So extend your right leg out, bend the left leg. Make sure you're sitting up straight. If you find that you're really rounded once you get there, sit on the block or the rolled up towel or blanket. We're coming into a side stretch here. So we're going to start to extend over to the right. Open the chest. Reach that left arm up and along by the ear. Keep lengthening the side of the body. Maybe you reach for the right toes, and you can tuck the forearm, the right forearm to the floor, and really open the chest here. Keep trying to lengthen both sides of the body. Keeping the hips down. Use your breath. Feel the sides of the body releasing. Inhale, come up. And change sides. Bend your right leg. Left leg out to the side. Remember, sitting on the block if you need to. And we start to lean over to the left. Keep opening the chest. Reach that right arm up, along by the ear. Keep lengthening the sides of the body. Maybe you clasp the foot and release that left forearm to the floor on the inside of the leg. Keep opening and lengthening. Good. Inhale and come up. Well done. Okay, so we're going to come to a supine position. Got one more twist to do, but we'll do this lying down. So we've obviously warmed up the legs and the outer hips a lot. So we're coming back into that eagle pose with the legs, Garudasana. So bend the legs, cross the right leg over the left. Maybe you find it easier to get the double wrap with the feet here, bringing that right foot behind the left calf. And then I like to take my hands around my right knee and just gently ease the legs in closer towards the chest, keeping the lower back on the floor. Enjoying this release on the spine. And then extend the arms out to the side. Using your core muscles here, start to bring the knees over to the left, but don't just drop them over with no control. Use this as a core exercise as well, by using the core to bring the knees down or towards the floor with control. Okay, so maybe the knees don't come all the way down, that's not the aim. Hopefully the feet are down, and as you release into the pose, maybe you start to feel that the knees can release closer towards the floor. But the main aim here is to get the release in the spine and the sides of the body. You might want to look back over your right shoulder, trying to keep the right shoulder on the floor. Keep breathing into the right side of the ribs and lungs here. With each breath, feel the hips releasing, feel the spine, the right side of the body opening, and then slowly start to come back to centre, unwrap the legs, just bring the knees into the chest, keep the knees wide, and let's come on to the next side, cross the left leg over the right, maybe you get the double wrap this time with the feet. Hands come to the left knee, ease the legs in towards the chest, keeping the lower back on the floor. And then extend the arms out to the side, again using your core muscles, your Uddiyana Bandha. Picture the muscles that hold the spine up and use those to come into your twist, gently bringing the knees over to the right with control. Maybe you look back over your left shoulder. You're welcome to close the eyes if you feel that helps you release a little bit more. Feel the sensations of the breath easing you into the twist. Breathing deeply. Good, and then gently start to come back to centre. Unwrap the legs. Bring both knees into the chest. This time give yourselves a hug. And just gently sway from side to side. Just releasing the back before we come down into Shavasana for final relaxation. So extend the legs out in front of you. Try and have the feet hip distance apart. Turn the palms up to the ceiling to release the shoulders into the floor. Close the eyes and relax for the next few moments. So as you start to surrender into the floor, just let your breathing come naturally. Feel your body get heavy, so there's no more effort required. And as you're breathing, just gently start to notice the sensations of the breath. Just notice if the breath feels warm as it enters the nostrils and eventually the lungs, and then a little bit cooler as you release the stale air. And just by noticing the sensations of the breath in the body, start to connect with that stillness within you. Try to quieten the mind. If you start to get thoughts coming in, just register them, but let them float away. Imagine them floating away down a stream. So you don't need to think about those at the moment. Just staying with this relaxation, finding your calmness, your inner strength, allowing yourself to reset your body, reset your mind, let go of that stress, that anxiety, release that valve, let it all go, and just relax, relax, melt into the floor, and just feel yourself getting lighter and relax. So obviously if you want to stay in Shavasana for longer, you're welcome to. Otherwise, slowly start to become awareness. Take your awareness to the ambient sounds around you. Just notice any energy in the room. Gently start to deepen your breathing a little bit. Just starting to reawaken the body, trying to keep the mind quiet. And when you're ready, gently roll over onto your right side, bend the legs, rest the head in the hands. Stay there for a moment. And when you're ready, slowly come up to your seated position, again sitting on the block if you need to, sitting with a nice straight back. Bring your hands to your heart center, maybe keep the eyes closed. We're just going to chant one Om together just to seal our practice. So take a deep breath in. Bow your head to your fingertips and let the positive energy filter throughout your body, flood your body, and be grateful that you were able to practice today. Namaste, yogis. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week.